Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. A big budget Netflix series on Cleopatra has been hit with claims of cultural vandalism over the casting of black actress Adele James in the lead role. Well, Cleopatra's precise heritage is a point of scholarly debate. There's no evidence that she was black, and the casting has caused major controversy in Egypt, spurring a lawsuit and claims the programme makers are erasing Egyptian identity. It's not the first casting controversy we've seen, of course, although the backlash is normally the other way round. Bryan Cranston was lambasted for playing a disabled character in The Upside, as was Jake Gyllenhaal, who starred in The Prince of Persia despite not being Persian or a prince. And of course, Eddie Redmayne, who issued a grovelling apology for playing a trans woman in The Danish Girl. So is casting Cleopatra as a black woman culturally insensitive? Should we care? Isn't the job of an actor, after all, to act? Well, joining me now is legendary Egyptian comedian Bassem Youssef and author of The Case for Cancel Culture, Ernest Owens. Well, welcome to both of you. OK, let me start with you, Ernest Owens. Off you go.
Yeah, I think that this is ridiculous. I think that she is in full range to play Cleopatra. I think people should remember that there was controversy when the late, great Elizabeth Taylor played Cleopatra, and people thought that it was inaccurate for a white woman like her to play the character. History has said that there is some racial ambiguity around Cleopatra's identity. She's definitely not white. And I think to even assume that Egyptians do not carry some level of African ancestry that can have a darker skin complexion is also historically inaccurate. So I think she's more of the ideal of what Cleopatra would look like more than Elizabeth Taylor would be. And you didn't see as much backlash for Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra compared to that.
That's a fair point. So let me go to you, Bassem. I mean, that is a fair point. Liz Taylor was the biggest movie star in the world at the time she played Cleopatra. She was not Egyptian. What's the difference?
Well, first of all, this was Hollywood before it was informed. This is where 1961, when Cleopatra by Elizabeth Taylor, we're not crazy about Elizabeth Taylor playing Cleopatra either. That was also inaccurate. I don't know where do you get the idea that we're happy that she played the role. As a matter of fact, 1961 Cleopatra movie was banned in Egypt and many Arab countries because of Elizabeth Taylor's stance towards the state of Israel, because they supported them. So I don't know where does he get this information. Second of all, this is the same Hollywood that in 1956 they cast John Wayne as Genghis Khan. So this is a time where Hollywood didn't know any better. Now, the problem for me, it's not about color. It's not about white and black. This is a very reductive way to talk about things. This is the way that Americans talk about it. I'm very sorry. Like, I come from Egypt. Egypt has a very diverse color palette. People can look like me or they can look deeper skin tone like Anwar Sadat, who comes from a Nubian origin. It's not about black and white. It's about the continuous culture appropriation and falsification of history that has been done by what the so-called Afrocentrist movement. The Afrocentric movement started the last century as a way, in a good intention, to teach African American about their rich history of West Africa, the great empire of Benin, of Ghana, of Songhali, the great empire of Mali. But the thing is, that's why you find people like Kevin Hart, who subscribes to these theories, who claim that his ancestors built the pyramids. I'm sorry, your ancestors had their own wonderful civilization in West Africa. They are culture appropriating my culture, calling the people of Egypt of today, despite their skin tone, that they call us as invaders, they call us as intruders, and they are being erased from our own history. This is something that Hollywood has done over the years.
ካብ ሃገርና ወፃኢ ምስ ሓደ ወይ ምስ ሓንቲ ሰብ መሪፅ ክድረፊ ዝብል ዕድል ተድመፀክስ ምስ መን ክትደርፊ መረፅ ማለት ኣነ ምስተን ዘርከብ ኩለን ወይ ከም ዝመዛነ ኢለ ዝሓስበን ኣብ ናተይ ግዜ ዝመፃ ኮይኑ ስማዕና ኣምሓርኛ ናይ ፍቅሪ ኣዲስ ብጣዕሚ እየ ዝፈትዋ ኣብ ደርፊ ናይ ትግርኛ ከዓ ከም ዝናትና ዓይነት ስታይል ዘለዎ ከዓኒ ንማህሌት ብጣዕሚ እየ ዝፈትዋ ብጣዕሚ እየ ዘድንቃ ማህሌት ከዓኒ ከምዚ ርክቡና ኣለና ከምዚ ደርፋ ከም ዝፈቶ ሳውና ዓይ ሓደ ግዜ ከምኡ ኢላ ትገልፀኒ ነይራ ሕጂ መሰራሕና ዋው ሻላ ሓደ መዓልቲ ንፅበቅ ፈትዋ እየ ሰሪዕ ክንሪአ ከለያ ማለት ካብተን ጥዑም ጎረሮ ዘለዎን ድምፃውያን ናይ ኢትዮጵያ